Hey guys, it's Corey. First of all, I apologise for not doing a video last week. Again, exams, been going home, it's been a bit hectic. And also for this weird light mark, I think that's off my lamp. But today I wanted to talk about coming out and kind of just what that was like for me. So I came out about 2 years ago, I think. I was about halfway through my first year of college, and the way I remember it now actually is I believe I actually came out on the Transgender Day of Visibility, so which I didn't realise. So I've now got like a couple of reasons to celebrate it. But I remember it started off with, I always knew there was something different about me. You know, I wasn't like the typical girl, and my mum actually just thought I was going to be a tomboy, you know, I was going to be like butch lesbian and all. But I then was friends with someone who was also transitioning, and this was like 2 o'clock in the morning. Was finally ready to go to bed, then go and get changed and everything. Then I caught a glimpse of my body in the mirror. My one and only reaction was to break down, because see, up until then I didn't really know about trans people, or if I did, it was like trans women. So I messaged this friend, asked them what it's like to be trans, and you know, they said, oh, I'm not gonna lie, it's a pain, and they were not wrong. But I asked them, I'm like, what's it like, because I think I could be trans. So they called me and we had like a good hour, 2 hour conversation. Eventually my dad came down to try to explain to him how I was feeling, because he was wondering why I was so emotional. I had no problems with it. It's basically like a case of telling my mum the next day, or later on that day. Again, no problems. I think my sister might have found it a little weird, but she's got used to it now. She'll write me things, and for like one of my cards before I moved away from home, she put a massive paragraph. It literally covered like the entire inside of the card, and it's kind of like she's proud to call me her big brother. All my friends, I don't think I've met so many people that are so supportive. They're literally like one big family, and they've helped me so many things with this. I had one of my closest friends come to my first appointment with me. I had others help with my name change, celebrated after that with a few drinks, good night. Coming out to my teachers and that at college, I actually can't remember how the hell I told them. Wow. There was obviously some teachers I was more comfortable around, and again, none of them really had a problem. As soon as I told them what name I wanted to use and wanted to go by, they used it straight away. I mean, there might have been a few slip-ups, but you know, they'd known me before I changed my name. So, and it was the same with my family as well. I mean, they'd known me by my old name for 17 years. I think they still, especially my dad, might slip up now and again, even with pronouns, but he corrects himself. And he's proudly shouted in the middle of the shop as well, talking to a work colleague who's also apparently got a kid going through the same thing, and I finally got to meet her, and she was like, "Is this the one?" My dad shouted, "Yes, this is my daughter who wants to become a boy." I actually didn't feel weird about that. Actually, I was kind of close to tearing up because of how proud he sounded. Like I said, with college, everyone was fine with it. It took a while as well, actually, to try and come up with the name Corey. I've been told that suits me more. I did have a bit of a list. I wanted to kind of go for something that was kind of close to my old name, because I think about other people a lot more than myself sometimes, and wanted to go for something that wouldn't confuse everyone else as much. That was also the same in my middle name as well. I ended up going for Sean. I went through a list of names. The friend that I talked to, who I kind of came out to first about it, was with them and another friend at the time, and they helped me pick them. They asked what names I liked, so I went through a massive list of like Corey, Cody, Eli, oh god, what else? Nathaniel, Xander, Ruben, but straight away they were like, "Nah, you look like a Corey." And then when I asked about middle name, they asked what it was then at the time, so I told them. Straight away they're just like, "Sean, it works, I'm happy." I think the other thing was actually trying to think of how I wanted them spelled. I remember the first conversation I ever had with like my closest friend was actually about my name, and straight away I just got asked, "How do you spell it?" When I told her how I spelled both names, she was happy. Because apparently there's no other right way of spelling them, and I know she's going to be watching this. So hi. I think the problem I probably had most was telling my nana. So my grandparents, I came out like after my granddad passed, so I dread to know what he would think about this. But yeah, they were kind of old school. They weren't really too bothered about the whole gay and lesbian stuff, because I've got other family members who are like lesbian, so they didn't have a problem with that. I think at the time when I told them, yeah, I like girls, they didn't care. I was kind of not planning on telling my nana for a while, because I was really scared how she would react, because we were really close, especially after my granddad passed. I was round every day to keep her company, but I think the only other thing I was going to do was get my dad to say something, which unfortunately that didn't happen either, because I've got some family members who don't know how to keep their mouths shut. I know I've talked about this in previous videos, but so I want to talk about it in a bit more depth. But we believe that, because obviously I changed my name and my gender and everything on Facebook, that one of them had seen that I changed my name, was probably wondering what the actual hell, then must have gone onto my profile or something, seen I changed my gender. We think they may have told my nana's brother, possibly, and then when he went to go and visit her, he told her. Luckily we don't talk to this side of the family anymore, kind of wonder why, but we think he told her. So when I went to go and see her next, I didn't really get a hello or anything. I think she maybe got a little bit confused because as soon as I walked in she said who changed his sexuality on Facebook, and you know, I was like, do you mean my gender? She said yeah. I'm like, well, I'm the only one who can do it. And then having to try and explain to her that with always feeling more masculine, and having to try and explain that I've always felt different compared to everyone else. I did get a little emotional because she did still talk to me, but it's like she talked to me as if nothing really happened. She said to me straight to my face, which I appreciate, I don't like the idea. Even when I showed her, when I just got my ID and showed her, she's like, you know, it's a nice picture and everything. Then also took one look at my name and she's like, but I just don't like that bit. And she actually said to me, especially with having a younger sister, she's like, I will always have 2 beautiful granddaughters, and I will always love you as my granddaughter and stuff, which was a bit hard to hear, to be honest. But to be honest with her, I'd rather, because her mental health was kind of going a bit anyway, I'd rather put up with having to hear that and her still talk to me because of how close we were, than her just completely ignore me like that side of the family did. Wow, this got really deep and emotional. I think apart from that, everything's been really good with coming out. It's definitely increased my confidence. I've definitely been feeling happier, apart from any dysphoria fixing. But yeah, no, I feel like a much better person. I've kind of learned to look after myself more, because I used to care too much about my friends. I mean, I still do with some of them, but I've learned to do what makes me happy, and I don't regret any of it. I'm also kind of thinking before I go to maybe try doing like some vlogs and stuff, if I can't think of anything trans related to talk about. So if you also actually have any suggestions, please leave them down below. I've got like a list, but I've nearly finished that, and there's a couple of things that I'm a bit wary about filming. That sounded really weird. Yeah, also if there is anything you're struggling with when it comes to coming out or anything, and you do want someone to talk to about it, please like find me on social media, send me a message or something. I've had people doing it actually in the past, and it's felt pretty good to be able to try and help other people. So please subscribe if you want, no pressure, and maybe like this video and comment. But yeah, I guess that's it for now really. I'll try and do a video next week, so I will see you next week, hopefully. Bye. Again, yeah, just before I actually end this video, I got that trans tape a bit earlier than I was expecting. I've had it about a couple of days now, and I will maybe in a couple of weeks do that review. There's another review I was planning on doing for the Jimmy STP. I don't really know if I fancy showing prosthetics on screen yet, but I think if I'm desperate for an idea for next week I might do that one. Yeah. So, guess that's it. See you next week.